Alright, so I made a mistake a couple weeks ago. Actually, yeah, a couple weeks ago. Removing this back cover here. My brother actually did this side. He pulled on it, and I did that side, and I pulled on the actual flap like you do on these. And instead of it popping off as a whole, it broke this thing off here, the little clips. So here, this is the clips. See these little clips here? This clip goes in here. This little T. And then the second, third, fourth, and fifth one all broke off. Yep, I did that. So, I understand that this does happen. I don't know why Ford decided to do this, to put little rivets in. I mean, to put little plastic things in here to make it removable. I don't know if people take this off or tint it, or I have no idea. I don't know. But I saw this guy online do put it back on with rivets, and apparently it's a Ford thing. You do replace it with rivets. This is one of the manufacturer's suggested repairs. So I bought a little rivet pliers, and we're going to see if we can rivet this back in. Alright, so last time I used anything like this is probably like in high school, which is about 25, 30 years ago. I don't know. So we're going to see if we can figure it out. But from my understanding is you make a hole. You got to make a hole on this first. About here, maybe here, here, here. I mean, actually probably 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna try to do 4 because the bottom one still has that little clip. Okay, so I'm lining up the T on the very end where it goes here, right? You don't want it to be there. You're gonna be all the way to the very end, and this one too, where the T would be, right? So you can see where the piece broke off. And then I made a hole here, but I think it's too far back, so I'm gonna make one a little bit further out. Like, you see what you want to do is you're trying to grab the metal strip and the plastic strip that's here, not too far behind it. Actually, what the hell? This thing's nice and thick. Okay, no, it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm going to do this just a little bit, just so it kind of marks the spot. So you mark the spot right there, and then I can actually make a hole here. But I need my second hand. I need 2 hands. Okay, so I had to make the hole just a little bit bigger so it fits the rivet itself. So now the rivet fits right. Let me show you this. It fits right in there now, just like that. And it should come out on this side. The only thing is it gonna be enough? Okay, so these are 1/8 3mm shorts is what they're called, and they stick out just enough here where it should thicken out and tighten it all in. We're gonna see though. So I'm gonna put, like I said, one here, and then one right here in the middle. If it doesn't go all the way in, what you want to do is just remove it and then carefully drill the hole back in, but kind of sideways and straight as possible. Okay, we got all 3 of them all the way in, both sides. I don't want to mess with it too much because you can kind of see it popping out right there barely. I'm gonna do the middle one first. And tighten it up. Slide it in a little more. Tighten it up. Slide it in more. And it snaps off. So what it does is it compresses it, makes it tight on here. And again, the bottom one's already clicked on here. So the bottom one's secure, and the top 3 are done. All right, so now it's nice and smooth. I should have taken a video before it because this thing was all removed, and you could see right through the plastic in the back, and you can kind of feel a little bit bump there, a little bump there, and a little bump there. So I guess my riveting skills are not there. So these things popped. It barely expanded though. These things just did not expand. I think I need some deeper ones. I'm gonna do it again, but I'm gonna put one that's actually longer. See if it'll crunch a little bit better. Okay, so we're gonna remove this again. I'm gonna just show you what the correct way to remove this is. For you have to pop this out first, and that releases this little edge here, that crease that goes in there, right? Remove the Velcro up here. I'm not trying to show people how to break into a Bronco, but there's clips down here. Remove these clips. That's 1, 2, 3, remove. Okay, now this also pops out. Come on, just like that. See? And now this whole thing can slide out. Slide out this way. And I'm not gonna remove it, just gonna move it forward a little bit. Kind of get it out of the way. Right? To get this space. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so I lied. I went ahead and removed both sides just to make it easier. And again, they just slide out like through this channel here. Okay. Now, these back here, I thought originally they popped out just like the other ones do, right? So I tried popping it out, and that's when I broke it. So yeah, bad move. It doesn't pop out. This thing actually pops out. Like that. The whole thing comes out. Like that. See? Same thing on the other side. Like that. And let's open up the tailgate. And then this thing just has also Velcro and clips. But this one doesn't have 3 clips. It has 4 clips. 2, 3, 4. Now once it's released, same thing. It just slides out the channel right through here. Let's move forward so it doesn't mess anything up. Just like that. Now this is what we're gonna fix. This side's fine. This side is not so fine. Okay, so this little T just pops off. So then again, I used to have more, and these used to all be in here, but my dumbass decided to pull on it instead of removing the whole thing. But apparently it's not just me doing this. There's a lot of people that do this and break these. So now I'm gonna remove these and try to see if I can do a better job at actually riveting them in. Okay, these things were pretty tight in here, but I think I'm just gonna need to go longer because hitting this out has not been easy. And if you look at this, I mean, there's some thickness there, right? So I actually used some snipping pliers to cut this out and then push it in with a little screwdriver, like a hammer in. But it actually broke this thing a little bit more, so that's not good. Okay, so snipping it and then pushing it through with a little screwdriver works, but it might break the plastic. Here I just crimped it as much as possible, and then some parts ended up breaking off. I used some needle nose pliers to do the same thing on this side, and it looks like it might just come off right there. Alright. Okay, fine. I'll just tap it a little bit, see what happens. There it goes. I'll do the same thing on this side. Some needle nose, tighten this thing up. That again. Good thing is that this aluminum is really soft. Boom, there it goes. Alright, they're all out. Now we're gonna try putting in something a little bit longer. Look, I'm gonna try it with one that's a little bit longer, just to see if it'll actually crimp a little bit better. Okay, so again, you wanna line up this one as best as possible, all the way back. And I already had the hole there, so I'm just gonna put it through the hole. I'm gonna try one. Actually, I'm gonna try one from the other side also, see how that goes. On. And okay, so we're gonna put it in here. And then in the other plastic hole that we made, we're gonna put this as close as possible and as vertical as possible, and then start crimping. Nice and easy. Hold. Feels like I did a little better, but I'm gonna do these from the other side. Okay, so I'm gonna do this from this side now. Slide it in. Okay, so right there it's in. Nice and tight. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I think this side does better. Let me do the other one on this side too. Okay, these are all 1/8 with 1/4 grip. I went a little bit longer than the previous ones. Okay, so now this side here, we're just sliding here. This is not too hard to do. And over. Boom, there it goes. That should work. Second attempt, hopefully one from one side, two from the other side help. The little T on the bottom is still there. And we'll see if we need to do something more later. There's space to do more. Alright guys, I'm not going to put the top on since it's a nice day outside, and I'm going to go ahead and take the whole thing down. Let me show you what it looks like also, but I'm going to do this new thing where I try a different beer every time I do a video, and today we're trying shotgun beer, Texas Bock. It's not bad, it's a little light. I like the Crawford Bock or the Shiner Bock Classic, but I've been really into Bock beers lately, and this is not bad, okay? So yeah, maybe a 7 out of 10. Okay, now in here is just 1, 2, and the whole thing pops out. Whoa, I guess I better move it up. Alright guys, and don't come at me with don't drink and drive because I'm just moving up and down the driveway. I'm not driving anywhere that's dangerous, okay? Alright, we're gonna move this up. Come down. Okay, so you can drive it around just like this, right? Nice and open. Or you can push this latch right here, down. It releases both sides, it's not just one side. And then this thing, whole thing goes up. And the only thing is that recommend doing both sides because it does hit here. Now you can remove this whole thing also. There's like 2 or 3 bolts back here and the whole thing comes off, right? But if you just want to chill or drive around like this. All right, there it is, top back on. Nice and smooth. Actually, it's really smooth here. You can feel a little bump right there where that middle one is, but the rest of it, you can't even feel it. Oh, that's the top. We're good. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out some of the videos I have. There is more to come. We're going to do some more stuff to the Bronco, obviously. And deuce.